Welcome to another rescue interview, and today we have the pleasure to receive Rodrigo Vieira. Hi, Rodrigo. How are you?
Gianni, how are you?
Great, great. Pleasure to meet you, to have you here. And actually, you're based here in Miami, so you are Brazilian, but do you live here in Miami since a long time? And how is your experience like living in another country and as a Brazilian, like working with electronic music here in Miami?
And Miami, we used to say that, is Brazil, right? It's the, it's the closest Brazilian state to the U.S. I came here 24 years ago and always working with music, working for major record companies, but basically doing marketing for Latin America. So I used to be all over the place, living here, but traveling every week a lot to Brazil because of the size of the market, right? And also to Argentina, Chile, Mexico, everywhere.
Crazy.
And Miami is one of the music capitals in the U.S., right? Especially for electronic music.
Yes.
So
yes.
Really, really good, really great experience. I love the city.
Amazing.
I feel home here.
Yes, that's good. And actually, do you felt during these days that you are living here, you feel that it make some change on your artistic side too because of the influence of the city or something like that? Because here we have like a lot of Latin music, but also like the tech house, everything like is very intense for the audience and the electronic music. Do you think that it makes like some change from what you used to play in Brazil and after you moved to US?
Well, Johnny, I've been playing for 40 years, my friend. I started playing 1978 and professionally 1982. So I played everything you can imagine, from the disco years, for the black music years, the 80s, new wave.
Amazing.
And when I moved to Miami, one of the my missions, I used to play a lot in Brazil when I was here for the first years, and actually that's how I ended up playing at Green Valley, the #1 club in the world, for five not consecutive, but for 5 years, right? And at the same time, Brazilian was kind of building a bubble with the local artists. So I was always the DJ bringing fresh stuff, from abroad. And I always tried to be different, to play fresh music, obviously with my eyes always on the dance floor. If you play only new music, people are going to be tired. But I always do a good mix of, I like to go up and down, but as you mentioned, tech house, for example, it's the genre, let's say this way, that everybody is enjoying in Miami right now. You go out, go to the clubs, and it's tech house everywhere. Tech house with its different variations, more commercial, more underground. Tech house like it used to be like 10 years ago, because tech house was already there, right? And and that's it. I like to mix. I like to bring stuff, fresh music to the dance floor. And that this crazy mix, and sometimes I put some old stuff in the set. People always like to remember stuff that people don't play, and there's always a B-side or something that is lost in time. You bring it back, you play it, and people, oh my God, that's what I do on my sets.
Yeah, and with your experience, I already seen you play. Like I had the pleasure to see you play, but I can tell that it's really good when you have like experience, and this is. Something that count on favor for you, because you have like the repertoire. You know like a lot of music that you can put like in the right moment. Mix with old stuff with new stuff and bring like something different.
And the most important, sometimes I go crazy with my pen drives, because of course that you prepare your pen drive to go to play in the parties, but I never play, the sequence or, those tracks. Sometimes something comes to my mind. Oh my God, that track, I have it somewhere. So I start, pulling up the pen drives, inserting the CDJs, and it's not this one. It's crazy. When I want to play something, I go crazy trying to find that track. Or sometimes you don't remember the name of the track. That's even worse.
Yeah, and it's the problem is that in the past we used to have like the vinyl, and then we have the CD, that it had like a amount of music that we could put, like, and now the pen drives we can put like a lot of things in the folder, so it's it's worse to get into the music, right?
Pen drivers, the pen drives, they are the after party's best friend, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because with vinyl, we used to take like 60 or 100 vinyls to a party, and after
Yes.
2 hours, 3 hours, it was gone, you know.
Exactly.
Now with the pen drives, you can play forever.
forever, exactly. Do that
And I
long
love after
set.
parties, by the way.
Exactly. No, it's really good.
I'm known for
We
that.
all love it. We all love it. It's amazing. And that long sets that is 10 hours.
I'm an enemy of the end.
Yeah, exactly. So talking about, you just said that you were a resident of Green Valley. Green Valley is one of the biggest clubs in the world. Like, it's really, really good. And also...
Have you been there?
Yeah, no, I never been there,
No?
but I have like a lot of friends there, and it's incredible. The vibe they tell me like every time that it's really, really insane.
Yeah, it's really special.
Yeah, it's a special place. And how was that experience, and how did you get into that place? Like, because you are from Rio de Janeiro, right? So, and Green Valley is in the south. How it?
Green Valley is in Santa Catarina, in Camboriú, and I was never there. It was funny because Russell Fabish, the founder of Ultra, he's my friend, and he told me, Rodrigo, you have to visit Green Valley. It's the most amazing club I have ever seen in my life. And one day I went to see Green Valley. I went to play nearby, and I decided to go. And I was introduced to one of the owners. When I got there, I said, oh my God, what is that? It's like a Disneyland for electronic music lovers. The middle of the jungle, surrounded by green, this big tent with this festival feel. And the girls, the most beautiful girls in Brazil are there. An amazing sound system. They are always ahead, you know, in terms of technology. And one day, one of the owners invited me, Rodrigo, do you want to play here? I said, of course I want to, you know. And that night, I remember that night I played with Cascade. And man, it was like I had like 3 orgasms when I was playing. And then this relationship started, and then I started to play more and more and more, and I became family.
Yeah.
And then I told them we need to put Green Valley on the map because just Brazilians know it. And then we started to do the first campaign on the DJMag Top 100 Clubs. We started to do a local campaign of people to vote on Green Valley, and we finally entered the chart at number 23 on the first year. And then since then, you know, it started to grow, and DJs were like playing there and going back to the countries talking about Green Valley, and you know, several DJs were saying to the world that's the best club I have ever played in my life. With Avicii, Roger Sanchez, Eric Morillo, Guetta, Tiesto, and that's how Green Valley became popular, you know, across the globe.
Yeah, I have some friends that they live outside the U.S. in Europe, and also from here, that they go to Brazil just because of Green Valley. So that they of course they love electronic music, and when they told me I'm going to Brazil just because of Green Valley, this is really, really good, because like people they follow what they see, and it's like us, like in Brazil with the Tomorrowland and the Ultra, all this stuff. Like, we love to go to the festivals in other countries because it's different. The culture is different. It's so big.
And you know what happened? This region, Balneário Camboriú and Camboriú and Itajaí, that is all together,
yes,
they became the epicenter of the electronic music in Brazil, because you have Green Valley, we have Warung, which is a very, very respectful club, amazing club for the underground scene, you know. It's one night you used to play on Green Valley and run to Warung to see Solomon playing, or Jamie Jones, or, you know, Guy Gerber.
Great experience.
And it's funny because the crowds were not the same, but, you know, 50% used to like both sides of the coin, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And lots of bars with electronic music by the coast, you know. And there's another club called Mata Hari that became really big in Brazil. Another one called El Fortin. They all entered the chart, the DJMag chart, at a certain time, you know. So it's beautiful. My wife is from Santa Catarina. I met her there, Catherine.
Whoa, that's incredible. So this is something that you said that is really, really good, because now we have like DJs going through commercial, let's say mainstream, and going to the underground. So we have like David Guetta doing that, and other artists that is big names that they want to show like a little bit of mainstream, but they like the underground. So this
In reality, some of them they started playing underground, like Bob Sinclair or even Dave Guetta. When he
Exactly.
started, his song was really wow, my God! Remember?
yes,
It did the crossover and became commercial, but he was not commercial. If you listen to his first tracks, he's just
Yeah.
like revisiting, his
What-
roots, right?
Exactly, which is good because I think most part of the DJs they are born like with this underground scene,
Yeah.
and then they become like mainstream because of other things, like because of career and all this stuff. But they love like the underground scene. So this is really good. Like it's a good mix. And talking about you just said about DJ Mag, and talking about DJ Mag, you are a publisher in DJ Mag Brazil.
Yeah.
And this was something that you planned in your life, that how it worked like to you to become that.
DJ Mag was something. I was really close to the team. Some of them still there for many years, like 12 years ago, and we started having a conference in Brazil called Real Music Conference, which became really big, the biggest in Latin America. And I remember the first year I invited DJ Mag to go, and they came. The editor came, and we became friends. And I was thinking about a way to bring the brand to Brazil for many years, but it was never a priority. And one day, 2016, we were doing Ultra Rio, which I was artistic director. And the brand came to me, it fell on my on my legs like, Rodrigo, there's an opportunity, do you want to take it? So we signed the license. So we have the license for DJ Mag in Brazil for 3 years now, 4 years. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a challenge because, a country where electronic music, if you see the share, it's really small, right?
Yeah,
It's growing.
it's growing. Yes.
Thanks to
God.
Alok and in all the pop
Yes,
artists and
yes.
vintage, they made electronic music more popular, with Brazilian lyrics and everything.
Exactly.
I,
Yes.
I applaud them.
Yes.
But it's very hard to survive to make. We do like 3 print magazines a year. In reality, we are a portal. We are an internet portal that also publishes a print magazine, right?
Yeah.
But it's a good challenge because we approach all the artists, especially now during the pandemic, where there's no money, no events, nothing, and we helped a lot of new artists
Yes.
with releases because everybody was producing music, tons of music was produced, music with big quality. Right now, you can play music produced here or a music produced in Miami and mix them, and you mix them with the same feel, right? The same mixing, the same punch.
Exactly.
Things
There's
that-
no gap anymore. Like
Things
this
that
is
didn't
really-
happen like 8, 7 years ago because of the technology, difficulties to import equipment, very expensive, dollar rate sky rising. But nowadays we listen to very good quality electronic dance music coming from Brazil.
Yes.
And we, as a magazine, we support a lot the locals. We are the only DJ mag in the world, I think, that dedicate 85% of the space to local artists.
Oh, that's incredible.
Our covers were like Gustavo Mota, like the one I gave you, Vintage Culture, Cat Dealers. Who else? Oh my God, I forgot. I had a blank. Anyway,
No, yeah. But
Felguk.
we have like big artists right now in Brazil,
Yeah.
like that is taking the name of electronic music in Brazil out of the country and going everywhere. So here in Rescue, we have we've been receiving several artists that they've been releasing songs with Protocol and like labels from foreigner labels,
all the
right?
big labels,
Yeah, and this is
Spinning and all the big guns, right?
exactly. So this is really really good because we see that the electronic music from Brazil, they are going like worldwide. They're breaking the.
Oh yeah,
rules,
it's growing, definitely growing. More space is being open. Now we are waiting to see, Vintage Culture is a big example, man. He did like 12, 15 hits during the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
Every track he puts out goes to top 10, number one. A few of them went to number one.
Exactly.
And he's here now touring, and that's a big example. I
Yes.
like too, you know, a little bit different, but, you know, Asia, Europe.
Yeah, I think both of them they are incredible.
Cat dealers.
Yeah,
They toured
Yeah, of
China. I
course.
was talking to them like 5 times already, and it's happening. It's really happening. I'm very glad to see that happening.
yeah, it's really good.
Something
and-
that we did really important for 2 consecutive years. We did a special edition of the DJ Mag print to the ADE, to the Amsterdam Dance event. We did one with vintage on the vintage culture on the cover.
Yeah.
The magazine is all in English, but you know, talking about the Brazilian artists. And on the last ADE, we did Cat Dealers on the cover
Oh, that's great.
with a big article about them, and you know, the other pages talking about who is rising in Brazil.
Yeah,
Very good. We're talking about doing one, but it's the time is very short now.
Yeah, because-
we were not sure if ADE was going to happen or not, but I think it's going to happen. I'm
yeah.
going.
Apparently, yeah,
Are
you're
you
going.
Are you going to
No,
Amsterdam?
I'm not going this
You
year,
should.
but
It's
next year
it's
I'm going.
amazing.
For sure, I'm going. But so actually talking about like these two sides, because you've been part like with the publishing, like so you have like this part of promoting artists, and you are also a great artist, but you worked in labels, in major labels, so Sony, Universal, and how was that experience, and what do you think that was the best thing for your career, your artistic career, and knowing what the label was expecting from the artist?
Well, I start talking about that when I was a child because my family is all artists. My mother is a TV actress. My father was a director, a TV director. My granny was a piano player. My uncle is a multi-instrumentist. And I was used to go to, you know, to TV studios and see the artists and having the artists in my house, you know, visiting my mom and all of this. When I started to work for Sony Music, that was 1988. It was CBS. It was not even Sony. That was before Sony bought it, you know. I started doing promotion for nightclubs. Obviously, I was always the dance music guy. I still being, even today, I'm still the crazy guy who was like pushing dance music, right? And then I started to grow at Sony, and I started to work with the artists, directly with the artists, traveling with them, doing tours with them. I worked with Michael Jackson 2 times. I traveled with him. We did video in Bahia. We went up the slum in Rio with
awesome.
Spike Lee and him. I have so many. We can be like for 3 hours talking. Aerosmith,
I'm
Celine
sure.
Dion, Ozzy Osbourne, Pink Floyd, Bruce Springsteen, Cyndi Lauper, Beyonce, Oasis. I worked with all of them, and
Whoa.
and of course that you learn something. You work there. Most of them are really difficult to work with. It's very uncommon to find
Yeah.
that. Oh, this artist is so easy. The best artist I have ever worked with, Tony Bennett.
Yes.
This guy is amazing. The most amazing artist.
And why? What do you?
So smooth, so calm,
Easy to
so
do. Like,
hard worker. Interview at MTV at 8 a.m. At 7, he's at the lobby waiting for you. No delays, and he doesn't he rehearse. He goes to the concert and does the show like. And I had the pleasure, the honor to work with him twice. So I always say that it's not Michael Jackson. But on the other hand, I was handling, for example, I moved to Universal Music.
yeah.
And I did so many deals with electronic music. We were responsible for Ministry of Sound in Latin America. Actually, I was the one mixing the compilations. I mixed like 5 or 6 Ministry of Sound compilations for Latin America. We did a very good deal with Subliminal. Subliminal was really hot back then.
Yeah.
I think the first deal for Defected in Latin America, we did it through Universal. So I was like handling these big guys at the
Yeah.
same time, playing when I could, right, because of the travels,
Yeah.
but always paying attention and taking care of the electronic music, always. Back then was not even electronic music, it was dance music,
Yeah.
right? I worked with Paul Van Dyke, with Fatboy Slim, with Roger Sanchez, directly with them. And so I had the both worlds, trying to, you know,
Balance.
to balance both, right? And not in the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, DJs, they always want to play, right? I was working like a
course.
dog and praying to go somewhere and play some music for someone.
Exactly. We cannot like be stuck in our house, like we're just like waiting for a concert. We want to play like whatever it is.
Correct.
And now we see these major labels open the doors for upcoming artists too, and this is really good because and back then we didn't have like that approach. Also because like I think the industry is changing a lot, but now we see like a lot of these big labels supporting more electronic music, new artists, even underground music. This is really good. And hearing from you like that work there, and you were one of the guys that was pushing the electronic music into the major labels. This is something that is part of you too.
Yeah, but you know what, Johnny? I'm very critic when I talk about that because it's a big fight. Because at the end of the day, they don't believe it. You know, they give you some money and then the money ends and then, oh my God, this is not going to happen, especially in Brazil. Brazil was a nightmare to try to establish something there. And even today, you see major labels, you know, signing labels to distribute digitally with lots of promises, but at the end, they don't do anything. So I'm not mentioning any names, but most of them are doing that just to increase the catalog for digital sales, and you know, but where's the marketing? And they don't do anything. They expect the label to do everything.
Yes, I think nowadays like the artist has more option to work like with the streaming platforms, all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, like it's hard because it had like a lot of content. Like I heard that it's a lot of music that goes out like every week on Spotify. I don't know exactly the number, but it's around like
massive.
Yeah, it's
like
massive.
Outrageous.
So it's like how you cannot be a drop in the ocean, you know, doing that. But it's part of I don't know a movement, and some people
it's
they
marketing. You have
to
to have a marketing structure behind you in order to make that song happen. It's not only putting it out, right? You have to promote it. You have to send it to DJs. You have to send press releases. We need to talk to the digital distributors. You need to, you know, to go to Spotify and, you know,
it's a lot of work.
Arrange something with them or do a party with them, or, you know,
people,
you know what I mean.
They just see like the little thing that when you go out, but to arrive there, it's a huge, long way, you know, long road to.
Sometimes, you know, a hit happens because it's a hit.
Yeah.
And it's a surprise. And then, you know, everything happens after the hit happened, you know?
Yeah. But it's not that common. Like it's more like always has like a little bit of structure. So you have also played in Ultra for 13 years.
13 consecutive years.
Whoa. And also in Brazil, you
I
said
I don't know if someone played for 13 consecutive years.
I don't know too. I doubt it. So this is like a huge thing.
And I played on all ultras in Brazil. I think we had 7 ultras in Brazil, if I'm not mistaken. Mostly in São Paulo. The last 2 ones in Rio. Yeah. And I played also in all of them. In Rio, I think I told you that before. I was the artistic director, and but I learned how to work on a festival. And it's really insane, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, the logistic is always.
Oh my God, taking care of like 50 artists, it's crazy. Especially in Brazil with the dollar going up was a nightmare. But the crowd really loved it. The second show was really special at the Sambódromo in Rio.
Whoa, yes.
25,000. Not that big, but 25,000 in Rio was really good. 3 stages. It's not big as the one in Miami, but you know.
Yeah.
But right now it's impossible to go back. There are some movements, but the dollar rate is ridiculous right now, right?
Yeah.
Let's say it's going down. It's like 4.95 I think now, something like that. It was 6.
Yeah.
So it's getting better.
We hope that this economic side, like
2022, will be a new year for everybody.
Exactly. So, which edition of Ultra you can tell us like that was the one that you had like amazing experience, or all of them was incredible?
You know, my best experience at Ultra was not in Miami, was not in Brazil, was in Croatia. I played Ultra Europe, and I was playing at this, what was the name? It was a stage like a satellite. Do you know the Spider, the famous Spider
Yes,
Ultra?
I know.
Before the Spider, they launched a different stage that was like a airplane turbine, like a satellite. And I played. They started in Miami, and after 2 years, they took it to Croatia, and I played there.
Whoa.
And man, that
What
was
year was?
amazing. That was 2015. 2015, yes.
Oh, I went to 2017. I was there.
Oh, you went to Croatia?
Yes, it's really good. And it was in Split, I think.
And they put me like on a very good slot. Was packed, and man, and then I could play. I was playing tech house already back then, and I did an amazing set, and I have some footage, and that was the best moment, I think. The second best moment was 2011 in Miami when we had a Green Valley tent inside Ultra.
That's huge.
Ultra was different. It was more tents than it's right now with all these structures, right? And we had this huge tent. Each day was a club. One day was Space. The other day was Pasha, and the third day was Green Valley.
Whoa.
And that was amazing. It was more trancey. And, we had some trance artists playing. Oh my God! And I had a good slot too, like fifth slot. It was packed, and that was wild. You know, seeing the Green Valley logo hanging from the ceiling like a giant
That's beautiful.
logo.
That's beautiful.
And
being part of a huge
correct
event.
Actually, the tent was presented by Green Valley and We Love Brazil, a brand that I launched in Miami during the conferences. It's like 20 years old now. Me and my partner Marcos Carnaval, which is a producer who lives in New York. And we were the ones doing the Brazilian parties during the Winter Music Conference here. One day I had like 20 guys calling me, Rodrigo, where are you going to play? And I said to myself, let's create a party. Let's do a We Love Brazil party. Let's, create a logo.
Yeah, why not?
And this party went on for like, every year. We're still doing it, smaller.
Yeah.
But, every year we're still doing the We Love Brazil brand. And the brand was there with Green Valley, so it was really unforgettable.
Amazing, amazing. So you have a lot of things to share with us. It's right, and also right now you have a resident party in Treehouse, right?
Correct, yeah.
Here in Miami Beach, and what was the thing that it makes you create like this? You actually work with events here, right? You do a lot of parties and everything, but Treehouse was something because we know that it's more underground. Yeah. So you like this? It was a type of venue that you were missing like every month, like that you need to have that.
Man, Treehouse right now is my playground. That's where I love to play. Me and my partner in crime, Rod B, my other half, let's say this way, because we started playing together and we do our back-to-backs everywhere. And we go along so well without any rehearsal, we don't know what we are going to, each other is going to play. And Rod B, he invited me to play at Treehouse one date. He was friends with the owners. And luckily, Treehouse started to make parties in October 2020. It was the first club in Miami to start doing parties. It was just Treehouse and Space. With all the, the cautions and this and that, distancing and mask. But we are doing parties since October.
Yeah.
And we can play on any room, front room or main room. We can do a warm-up set. We can do a closing set. We can be headliners. We were headliners like a couple of times, both rooms. And the club loves us, and we love the club. It's kind of a family thing,
Yeah, yeah.
And these guys, the Dave, which is the manager there, he's a sound engineer, so he's really, you went there, he's really taking care of the equipment, of the sound, always bringing the best, always worried about the volumes and the quality of the music.
Yes.
It's not too loud, it's not aggressive, but it has quality. And, they love us, and we love them. That's basically, it's a love relationship between us and Treehouse,
No, it's a beautiful environment. And do you have any party that is going to come out like in the next few weeks?
17th, we are playing Treehouse. I think it's in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we play there twice a month.
Nice.
And on the 17th, we will be there on the main room.
And also, you work like with other projects. So you do like events that is not just for like Treehouse. You are part of the lineup, but you have like other events that you work like.
Yeah, right now
like
I'm working with this new company called W2K.
Yeah.
The owner Alberto Vaz and Leandro Garcia. They are the owners. Very nice people from Bahia. They used to be managers of big bands in Brazil, like Chiclete com Banana, which is huge in Brazil,
Yeah,
right?
it's really big.
And they came. They were in California. They used to live in San Francisco. They started doing Brazilian parties there. They came to Miami and said, "Oh my God, this is the place where we should be doing our parties." And they started doing those parties. They moved to Miami, and they are not doing too many parties, like once a month, but with very good quality. You know, they did one. They did the New Year's Eve last year, which I played. That's when our relationship started, and I'm working with them with the bookings. We have the Cat Dealers coming up on the 24th at the Nautilus Arlo by Arlo, which the venue changed. It was like, you know, the story. Cat Dealers, they had to cancel a few dates because of the visa. But I love the Nautilus. I think it's better than the SLS for parties because it has a dance floor in front of the stage, right?
Yeah.
At the SLS, you have the pool, so you have people spread all over. And then I'm working with them, doing this project, the New Year's Eve, which will be amazing, called Deseo, DESEO. Deseo New Year's Eve will be like a 3-day party.
Whoa.
During the day and during the night. Beach club during the day and more festival feel at night at the Virginia Key Beach Park.
And it's already like on sale, the tickets?
Yeah, the tickets are already on sale.
That's right.
On sale, they have an application. The ticket is called Groovoo, GROOVOO, Groovoo.com. So you go there and they are selling the tickets for the New Year's Eve already.
Amazing. Yeah, we can't wait to check like all these events and
yeah, lots of things are happening.
Yeah, a lot of things are happening. Thank God, like the things is coming back to normal.
Oh, yeah.
Let's put it this way. We hope that things get better soon. And
I forgot to mention, on the 31st, I'm going to be playing with Rod B and Boca Raton for the first time at the Boca 111, which is a very good club there.
Amazing.
And we are very excited because Boca is. I went there 2 weeks ago to see the Groovers, which is it's two guys. You met them, right? Fabricio and Jessica.
Yes.
They are really, really hot right now. And I went to see them playing at this club, and Boca is amazing. Yeah. I never went to Boca at night to see a lot of bars, a lot of music, a lot of things happening. A lot of. I went to Del Rey also. Del Rey has this
the nightlife, yeah.
The nightlife, a lot of live
yeah.
music, DJs playing. We are here in Miami. You never think that, so close you can have so many things happening, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm very, very happy to go to Boca.
Yeah, South Florida, we have like really good options like for every taste.
Yeah.
So if you go to Miami Beach, you have different things. So everywhere. So Rodrigo, thank you very much for being here with us. And you would like to share with us also your Instagram and everything so people can follow your work, SoundCloud, everything?
Sure. My social networks are all DJ Rodrigo Vieira. RODRIGO. Vieira, which is hard. It's VIEIRA. DJ Rodrigo Vieira. Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud is all the same. So thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure to be here.
No, my pleasure.
I'm impressed with the 935 Revolution. The studios are amazing. I feel home here.
No, it's amazing.
It's really an electronic music environment. Congratulations for you to have this space here.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
I wish you all the success with the program.
Thank you. My pleasure, Rodrigo. And we hope to have you back soon here with us another time. And it's going to be our pleasure.
And then I'll tell you my stories with the artists.
Yes, for sure.